Good afternoon, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. What a pleasant way to welcome all of you to Freedom Hub on 87.9. My name is Kine Oliver Kine. I'm here today with Princess Alexa Vanja Colley as always. Jointly, we make Liberia better together. Up to 6 o'clock today, bringing you all of what you need to know about your country, Liberia. Too many things happening in the country. Somebody kept saying on today at about the morning hours that Liberia continues to get crazy on a daily basis. I repeat, the country will never cease to keep giving us a lot of contents. On today, the vehicle belonging to Representative Yekewa Koluba was broken into by individuals of the Liberian National Police and citizens loyal to Richard Nangbe Kun. On the orders of Kun, Kun instructed his bodyguards, including men from the Liberian National Police assigned to him, to go on the rampage of breaking into the vehicle belonging to Representative Yaka Koluba. But that was not enough. EPS agents assigned to Richard Nangbe Kun, including members of the Liberian National Police assigned to him, were also seen destroying the media gadgets of legislative reporters. Winston Blyden of Banana Communications Network is a victim of this situation. He had his telephone broken. He was slapped by an EPS officer. His phone, forcefully thrown down to the ground on the raw floor in the Capitol Yard. This is the Liberia we see on a daily basis, where the laws of the country will continue to be flipped under the carpets by those in power because they think they have monopoly over violence and everything they want to do in the country. So Richard Nangbe Kun, the man who referred to himself as the majority bloc speaker, as the regime speaker rather, is in the news again for the wrong reason. And this time around, ordering his individuals to break into the vehicle of another person without a search and seizure warrant, without a document from the court, better still, without consulting the city parking attendants. And there are too many processes he should have followed. But again, that conversation comes on by the time we are done with the theme song and having words from our sponsor, Crime Stoppers Liberia. Moderate. We continue to provide sufficient reason as to why this government, if at all, the government will intend to listen to us. We'll continue to provide reasons why this administration should not, approve the request from the National Elections Commission, which is seeking to have $2.57 million released to NEC for the sole purpose of conducting the Nimba County by-elections. We think that is insincere. That is an act of corruption. It is totally unjustifiable. You cannot justify such an increment in the budget of a county, Nimba County. A by-election was held in the county somewhere last year with a little over $1.7 million spent. How come a year after you are proposing to have a $2.57 million spent on the same process? when there are other materials that you use are still available in the compound of the National Elections Commission, this country continues to demonstrate that corruption is in the DNA of the administration. It is important that we keep speaking out so that our people, the Liberian people, will have the opportunity to look deeper into what is at stake. Too many things happen in the country. And today, we intend to talk and say more about what we know right here in the Republic. Let's take a break. When we come back, we bring you an opinion from Front-Page Africa, in which it is now becoming crystal clear that the issue of drug is becoming a serious national crisis. A drug is no longer an issue to overlook. It has been proven that this administration is going through a lot of hustle. The administration is unable to tackle the situation, bringing us to a more deplorable situation where drug is on the increase. The borders have been vulnerable, with drug importers having their will in the country. Let's take a break. When we come back, we bring you the rest of it right here on your people station.
The facts. Everybody will have the obelisk. This is a two-faced issue.
It's my musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime and put it, don't tell her in your hand for the right authority. Tell it don't take care of it. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, you check. Do it for your safety. If you see a donkey pay, you must pass on for it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, on the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, on the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sign.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, on the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, on the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
Okay, Elisa, good afternoon. Welcome.
Knowing Oliver is knowing how dramatic he is, like 100%.
Oh,
100%.
I mean, that is unfair.
But,
yeah.
but I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. However way you're joining us, we'd like to say welcome to today's presentation of Freedom Hub on 87.9 FM.
Mhm.
We have a lot to talk about.
Mhm.
Yesterday we started, discussing some of the different issues in Liberia. And today, again, we have like new developments, added on exactly what we had yesterday. So we're going to talk about more of exactly what happened up Capitol Hill earlier today, and we're still going to talk about the National Elections Commission, issue right now with the conducting the by-election in Nema County. We started our bid yesterday. We couldn't actually go further because we never had the time to do so. But today we're here, so we're going to discuss all of these different issues. And Kanji would like to say welcome.
Okay, right. That is exactly what it is. So there are two main things we'll talk about. Have you been following the United Methodist situation in the country?
You mean your church, right?
Yeah, mine church. Mine church, the Methodist Church of Liberia. Have you been following the Methodist Church?
I mean that's been of interest to a lot of people, especially given what's happening in the church.
Mhm.
That's really interesting. I don't want to say it is unprecedented, but I think it is.
Oh yeah.
And you're my boss, so I follow your church. Some of the issues you guys are having. But yeah, we've been following basically. So how is it? Because you're there, you should tell us more of what's happening. Are you still part of the United Methodists, or are you now global? Not an interview.
How did you get to know about Global Methodist Church and the United Methodist
You're
Church?
my boss, 100%. So I have to, I have to know what's going on, even if it is not going to be at 100%. I have to know at least a bit. So I've been following a little bit because you're in that church, you're in that whole association or that denomination. So whatever happens there, I would like to know more.
Okay, so basically, a bit basically there. Look, this is the most difficult time to be a United Methodist. For those of us who grew up in our church and knowing how we were brought up, through the baptism and confirmation classes, we were taught some basic principles of morality, principles of Christian biblical teachings. We were warned. In fact, I mean, we were not only taught, we were warned to stay off issues of immorality. But again, as time will come and go, the church will evolve, and so it became very, very concerning. For the last 5 to 6 years, there's been this lingering issue, specifically in the United States, where members of the United Methodist Church were kind of, protesting. I mean, we're individuals who see sexuality in a different form. We think there should not be any crime. Nobody should fight us. If men want to marry men, nobody will get issue with it in this church. If women want to marry women, it should not be a problem. I mean, people in the U.S., in the Western world, started to push, those kind of arguments and so forth. Fast forward, at the general conference last year, the church went to work, and the general conference is the conference that is often held in the U.S., where you have the conferences from all across the world: the Liberian Conference, the Ivorian Conference, the Nigerian Conference, the Conference of the Philippines, the folks from Europe. I mean, global. The entire, United Methodist churches across the world will converge in the U.S. to have the general conference. So at the seat of the general conference, a decision was made at the conference that, hey, this ban that we had, initially there was a ban that, hey, men can marry men in our church, women can marry women in our church. So at the seat of the general conference, that ban was lifted. I mean, they lifted the ban, allowing gay pastors to preach, to be in the. So there were some delegations across the world, like the Liberian Conference, the West African, team, the African delegation, so to speak, and some folks from the Philippines and other people. They said no. Although there's a general conference decision, but for us, we do not want it. So what we do, they had to amend it. They said, okay, so for us in America, we will know the thing. We say men can marry men in our churches here. So those of you who from Africa and your countries got restriction on the law. Like for example, Liberia, the laws of Liberia doesn't allow same-sex marriages to happen in this country. So they were like, okay, for those of you who are from Liberia and other places where same-sex activities are incompatible with your tradition, with your constitutional laws and so forth, we will have something called regionalization. So it means, although we have made this decision at the general conference level, but regionalization will allow you to practice your Christian faith without being coerced to allow gay weddings, to allow gay preacher men in your churches. So the idea of regionalization came up. So although we're all in the same church and we agreed that men to men will happen today general conference in places like America, Canada, and other places. But for you from Africa, Philippines, Asia, you won't do it because your culture and your tradition and your this in supported, including your national laws. You are free. You are at liberty to practice your religion, to worship God, and nobody will force you. So our people came back to Liberia and they said, okay, we went to America. I didn't think we decided they posted men will marry men in America, but for us, we come from Liberia and other African countries, we said, no, it's not part of our tradition. So we're not going to do it. So there was an amendment to that law, which is in the tune of the regionalization situation. So in Liberia now, some members said, no. We can't do regionalization with the people. Because almost like you're saying, I can't eat dog, but I can lick the soup. Hello? So like you're saying, I can't eat dog, but I can lick the dog soup. We're not going to be part of those who would do regionalization, because the people already accepted that men should marry men in America. Now, and they are telling us, for you're in Africa, you're not forced. Well, we'll still remain one church, but you're not forced to do men to men in Africa. You're not forced to go do men to men in Liberia. What you guys need to do, we are one people, but when you go to Liberia, you are not forced to marry men to men. You can still be doing your thing. The only thing at the end of the year, we'll come to America, we'll come to the annual the general conference, you will see some pastor then who will be gay pastor, don't get issue with it. But in Liberia, we'll not force you to go get gay pastor then. So there are some Liberian, United Methodists who say, look, this is not correct. How you say we're not going to eat the dog meat, but we will just drink the soup. I mean, we're still going to be having some, Ellen Johnson used to say this person is guilty by association, right? I mean, the fact that we're still in the same United Methodist, church citing the same arrangement, we still subscribe to the same general conference. This issue about accepting same-sex activities at the general conference level, and we're saying we in Liberia will not accept it because our law say somewhere somehow it is going to implicate us. So for us, we don't want to have anything to do with any church that will say you can let a monkey but don't let it take. We're not going to allow that. So there are a group of Liberians, United Methodists, who said, no, we're not going to subscribe to it. Once they accepted that thing up there, for us, we are not going to do it. So we'll remain Methodist, but we'll not remain we'll remain Methodist, but we'll not continue with the United Methodist Church that has already endorsed same-sex activities at the general conference level. So you found out that like churches like the 72nd United Methodist Church, the New Georgia United Methodist Church, I'm told the Dwazon United Methodist Church, and the Ganta Methodist Mission, and several other Methodist churches in Monrovia. The last time you saw one Methodist church took Sambo to the headquarters of Bishop Makeda Sambo. The only thing he got. So you found some Methodist churches saying, look, you know what? The annual conference can continue with their thing. You can continue being in bed with the people in America. You say you don't want to be gay, but they put in a gay, you all sit together. You can't eat a dog, but you can drink the soup. No issue. But for us, we will remain who we are. We will choose to go to a group called the Global Methodist Church, because for them, they are also white people, but they do not believe in men to men. So the other Methodist people say it better we be in alliance with the Global Methodist people up there, instead of being in alliance with the United Methodist people who got their link with people who are endorsing same-sex activities. That's where the problem is in the country. So they went to Ganta, Amikbanga, they went to the conference. The conference was held. There were some irregularities. We are told that some delegates were being restrained from accessing the conference venue. The entire national women leadership of the conference, they were suspended by the bishop. Several other individuals were suspended. In fact, the Young Adult Fellowship is being branded as anti-United Methodist. So all of these things compiling together brought too many mixed feelings at the conference. At the end of the day, the rigmarole is still on. So some churches are saying, okay, seeing you say you're doing it idea, we are not part of that thing. We're not there. So other people say, look, we'll remain here. We're not, no man will marry here. We'll remain Methodist. We'll remain United Methodist people. If you want to go, you'll go. But the sticker issue is when you are leaving the United Methodist Church, the United Methodist people are saying when you're leaving their building, you got to give it to us because our property. And the guys are saying, no, don't tell me nothing. Wow. We built our own churches from scratch. Wow. We are the members. We built our churches. The reason why we are leaving, this whole name, the UMC, is because what we signed up to, for which we were contributing our cement, our blocks, our zinc, our nails, our plank, was for a church that will respect marriage as a union between men and women, not marriage between two consenting adults. So I mean, when men and men agree, they must marry. Women, so once you're stay in bed with those kind of people, we say you're doing it, but because you're in bed with them, we don't want to be with you. Because we want God get ready for the ratting and start flocking, because we in the same church with you, God start flocking us together. So see, you say you're not in the they man to man thing, but people who inside you stay in bed with them, religiously, no problem, you won't be there. But we don't want to be with you. Because when God gets vexed and start flocking people, we don't want someone to return to miss you and test us because of guilty of what? Association, that Ellen Johnson Silly would normally talk about. So that's the problem in the church. And so you ask for my church, the James Edward Marshall United Methodist Church. We are still having consultations. The church is yet to make a determination into that matter. When the church decides finally as to where we will go, whether we remain with the United Methodist Church or not, then I personally, KOK, will be making a decision as to what's going to happen. But I mean, without jumping the gun, I'm going to be clear on this issue. If my church will say we want to remain with the UMC, and the UMC will also be under the denominational supervision of the General Conference, which is in line with same-sex activities. The next day, I go for my membership card, my membership book, anything that resembles me, I'll collect it, pull it in my car. I'm done with that place and go find another Methodist church where we'll not be in allegiance or alliance with anything that has to do with man to man. No, I'm a group of man. Don't bring that thing to me. Come on, don't try me on it. I'm a group of man. Don't bring it to me. So that's what it is, Alexa. God. Yeah, I think we've done justice to this conversation. We can move on.
It's a newsmaker today.
Yeah, we can move on to
no problem.
Yeah, to other issues right now.
We're watching 100%, and we're waiting to see what's going to happen. Because other churches are already doing what they're supposed to do now. They're making their own decision as to where they want to be, whether it is global or United Methodist.
Okay.
So I think progress, but we're here.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what it is. So my dear people, that there, yeah. So if my church say we'll be in UMC, I will say bye-bye. It'll say UMC, you're going your own with me here. I say, okay, good. So we'll become Global Methodist Church. Yeah, I mean we can be on that side yet. Yeah, so that how you looking. But that's it. Let's go over to other issues. Today, we witnessed something very horrible in the country. And it is sad that Liberia is fast becoming a failed state. Yeah, it is harsh, right? But wait until you are the next victim of lawlessness. Then you know what is harsh. The country Liberia is becoming a failed state. And we keep saying this thing over and over, and people keep taking it for fun. But any country where the rule of law is under threat, any country where people take unto themselves the authority of the law, where people think they are the law, right? Where people think they are law and gospel, that when they say this, you do not have any right to argue. Any country where you find those things happening, it means there is a tendency of dictatorship that is being brewed in such an environment. And wherever you find a dictator, you will find a rebel. Because people want to rebel. Nobody want to live in a society where you will come to me, okay, I respect you, papi, but take off your shoes. Come on. No. I'm a man. I got my integrity. I got my own personal pride and dignity within me. No fully picking on the basis of some fully political power will keep subjecting me to humiliation. I mean, that's how country plunged into chaos. Now, we are saying this to say what is happening in this country since the ascendancy of President Bouaka is troubling, is becoming concerning. And I hope our friends at the U.S. Embassy of Mama Point, I hope our friends at the European Union of Mama Point, I hope the German embassy in Congo Town, the Nigerian embassy, and the rest of the folks in Sincor, I hope they are following what's happening in this country. Lawlessness is becoming the order of the day, and it is breeding too many tension in the country. At the slightest the slightest error of any public eruption, the country could experience something very chaotic. Because as we speak, people are just having small anger building up in the country. Too small anger. Everybody having small anger. They're keeping it. The slightest opportunity where you will have any public uprising is going to be a problem. And that is not what we want in the country. We need a more prosperous, peaceful, and a decent country where everybody will feel protected. You don't want to run into a system where you're not going to be protected. We witnessed something happening to Representative Koluba today, Alexa. Oh, yes. He parked his vehicle in a space at the Capitol. And it has been reported that the space belongs to the Speaker. Do we have a Speaker in this country? Yes. Who is the Speaker? Jonathan Fonati-Kofa. To the best of our knowledge and to that of the knowledge of the Constitution, specifically the folks at the judiciary, the only legitimate constitutional speaker this country has is Jonathan Fonati-Kofa. We are told Yaka Koluba parked his vehicle today in the space reportedly belonging to the Speaker of the House of Representatives. It was at this moment, according to what we're about to play for you, it was at that moment that we are told that Representative Rachel Kuhn of District 11, the man who is purporting to be Speaker, the man who has referred to himself as the regime Speaker, it was at this time when he mandated his bodyguards and that of the state security personnel assigned to him to break into Yaka's vehicle and push the vehicle wherever they wanted to put it. While he was issuing that order, he instructed his police and other people to ensure that they break cameras of journalists to prevent them from recording. Fortunately, the media guys who were on the ground, they were in number, and so the one or two journalists whose phones were destroyed initially could not prevent that ugly situation from being recorded as it was happening. Several lawmakers expressed their discomfort in this situation. They expressed how disappointed they are, how disappointed they were when it was happening, and they've decided to speak to the press, and we're going to be playing some of their voices. This is Representative Thomas Alexander Goshua of Grand Bassa County. I'm told District number 5. I stand to be corrected on it, but this is Representative Thomas Goshua reaction to what Rachel Kuhn did to one of their colleagues on today. Take a time and watch it. Those of you listening, listen to it.
Everybody agree to that. Then you can say, secondly, that vehicle is owned by a lawmaker. Whoever Richard think he is, he just, even though he's not a speaker, but he purporting himself to be a speaker, he just first among equals. What would have happened for him to send a call, making Honorable Koluba say, "Oh, can we please remove your vehicle?" But I was standing there when he issued the instruction. What was the exact instruction for him? So you watch that vehicle, you open it and push it anywhere you want to push it. I hear about nonsense. The second instruction was anybody do video, you bust the camera. I was standing there. I tell you what, he said profanities. He said the youth profanity. That's just wrong. His action here have proven to me that was on his instruction that the Capitol building was burned. Wow. That's what it shows to me. How do you connect it? Look, that's just vandalism, gangsterism, instruction based on somebody that's free, that is able for power, because he want to hold on to things. That is the reason why he get instruction to burn the building. It's just wrong. Thank you. It's just wrong. I'm just disappointed. Everybody agree to that. Then you can say, secondly, that vehicle is owned by a lawmaker. Whoever Richard think he is, he just, even though he's not a speaker, but he purporting himself to be a speaker, he just first among equals. What would have happened for him to send a call, make people honorable Coluba say, "Oh, can we please remove your vehicle?" But I was standing there when he issued the instruction. I was standing
What was the exact instruction for him?
So y'all watch that vehicle, y'all open it and push it anywhere you want to push it. I hear about nonsense. The second instruction was anybody do video, y'all bust the camera. I was standing there, he issued the instruction. I was standing
What was the exact instruction for him?
So y'all bust that vehicle, y'all open it and push it anywhere you want to push it. I hear about nonsense. The second instruction was anybody do video, y'all bust the camera. I was standing there. I can't wait.
So, Alexa, you hearing it? Representative Goshua said, Richard Coon issued the instruction. He said, y'all bust the vehicle anywhere you want to put it, y'all put it there. The second instruction was, anybody bring camera while you're busting it, y'all bust the person camera. Come on. Let the lawmaker is that talking so you can think I'm making up stories.
What was the exact instruction for him?
So y'all bust that vehicle, y'all open it and push it anywhere you want to push it. I hear about nonsense. The second instruction was anybody do video, y'all bust the camera. I was standing there. I can't wait. He said profanities. He said they use profanity. That's just wrong. His action here have proven to me that it was on his instruction that the Capitol building was burned. It's proven to me that it was on his instruction that the Capitol building was burned. His action here have proven to me that it was on his instruction that the Capitol building was burned.
Okay. So, Honorable Thomas Goshua said, the attitude of Richard Coon today to have instructed his boys and that of the EPS and police officers who were assigned to him to break into Yeka's car, in his mind, he said that action alone can clearly tell Thomas Alexander Goshua, the representative of Bassa, that it was Richard Coon who told people to burn the Capitol building. Listen to him. I'm not the one talking it.
Action here have proven to me that they use profanity. That's just wrong. His action here have proven to me that it was on his instruction that the Capitol building was burned. His action here have proven to me that it was on his instruction that the Capitol building was burned. His action here have proven to me that it was on his instruction that the Capitol building was burned. His action here have proven to me that it was on his instruction that the Capitol building was burned. His action here have proven to me that it was on his instruction that the Capitol building was burned. His action here have proven to me that it was on his instruction that the Capitol building was burned. Wow. That's what it shows to me.
How do you connect it?
Look, that's just vandalism, gangsterism, instruction based on somebody that's free, that is able for power, because you want to hold on to things. That is the reason why he gave instruction to burn the building. It's just wrong.
Thank you.
That's wrong. I'm disappointed.
Okay. All right, Alexa. So that is Honorable Richard, not Richard Coon, but that is Honorable what is his name? Thomas Alexander Goshua of Grand Bassa County District number 5. So in Thomas Goshua's statement, he said he was there when Richard Coon instructed his boys to break into Yeka's car. Not only did they do the breaking into the car, but he also instructed his boys to seize, to break any phone. You know, when they made a recording, you all seize their phone, you all break it. It must stop them from recording. That is what how you call Honorable Goshua said. Is it what happened? Is what Honorable Goshua saying, what he said about Richard Coon issuing instruction, was it what happened? We thought to do our investigation, and this is why our investigation uncovered. We are seeing Honorable Richard Coon. Look, those of you who are watching the video, see here. This is when you check way up here, you see you see Richard Coon way behind here. These are all EPS agents, extra bodyguards, and the police officer will also be seen in the video. Take a time and listen. So Representative Thomas Goshua said the man issued instruction, and the instruction was break into Yeka's car. No court order, no court warrant, nothing, no court paper, but break into the man's car. Whatever the man got 10 million there, he ain't got 10 million there, he got whatever there. Break into the car and move the car. And secondly, when anybody want to recall, bust the phone, break it up. That's why Representative Goshua said Richard Coon issued as instruction to the people who were on the ground closer to him. Now let's go to the video and see whether what Representative Thomas Goshua said is exactly what Richard Coon did today. Take a time and listen. Those of you who are watching, watch the video and see it.
So this is why you see happening. So this is why you see happening. So this is what you see happening. So
Okay, so you're listening to the EPS officer telling the journalist, bring a camera down, bring a camera down, bring a camera down, and you hear Richard Kuhn's voice in the background saying, y'all bring the drill that I machine what they can use to pull hole in door. So he said, y'all bring the drill. They will use the drill to enter in Yaga Coca-Cola car. They will spot the lock, open it, and enter inside. We play the video. But we just want you to know when you're listening, so you know who they're talking. The voice I say, y'all bring the drill, that Richard Kuhn voice. The voice I said, put the camera down, that Richard Kuhn security people then the EPM men, they didn't want to stay in it. Listen to it and take your time. Watch it if you're watching.
So this is why. So this is why you see happening. So this is what 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 you see happening. This is what you see happening. This is an attack on the journalists. This is an attack on the media. This officer was the same person who stopped me. This officer was the same person who hit on me when we were bossing the office. This is assigned with this officer is assigned with Honorable Richard Kuhn. You see, he damaged the journalist food. So they use it. So this is you see the drill. To score, and by the time they want to enter in the car, so you see the damage to enter, followed by these people belong to and it was ordered that Honorable Richard Kuhn ordered that they should remove the car for the so you see it, so you see it, you see true. So you see them, you see trade on the so you see the police, shopping us. Using four us. I'm gonna do my job. So you see the police hitting on us, using force. Honorable Yaga Koloba card were forcefully entering in part security officers. So this is why you see happening. So this is what 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 you see happening. This is what you see happening. This is an attack on the journalist. This is an attack on the media. This officer was the same person who stopped me. This officer was the same person who hit on me when we were bossing the office. This is assigned with he's assigned with this officer is assigned with Honorable Richard Koo. You see, he damaged the journalist for.
Okay, all right. So this particular clip alone is a validation of what Representative Thomas Goshua. That's how you remember. This clip is exactly a clear manifestation of what Thomas Goshua was saying when he said, yes, Richard Koo issued instruction for his security to boss any journalist firm who will want recall, because Koo is aware that attitude is uncivilized. He's aware that it is unconstitutional. He's aware that it is lawless. He's aware that it is only a rebel that can behave like that. So he never wanted camera to be on it. So he told a beginner, y'all make sure that anybody put camera on, you'll spoil it. But the journalists who were there were over 20. So you couldn't break 20 journalists' telephone. It is not possible. And so that's how we got the other one. But you listen to it clearly. That is how lawless the republic is becoming. Let's go to Yeke himself, the man whose vehicle was burst into. This is what Yeke Koluba had to say, at the event. I want you to take your time. This is what Yeke Koluba, Representative Yeke Koluba, had to say after the situation.
According to information, we just want to pause my car. They want to struggle, so I want to see myself.
Oh, you want to see what is going on?
Yeah.
So when you say trusting, what do you mean?
According to information, we just want to pause my car. They want to struggle, so I want to see myself.
Oh, you want to see what is going on?
Yeah.
So who gave the instruction again?
Well, it's a ridiculous giving instruction to bust my car, so I want to see what happened to my car.
You mean the majority plus speaker?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so they just be accident.
No, it's a crime scene already. My car will be here. I have money in my car. I have money in my car. And my car is being bought into by Richard Koo. If I go to the court, if I can get redress from the court to bring all my things that were in the car, I will bust up Richard Koo's car. Wow. If I don't do it, my mind and my words. Over here, I have money in my car. I have money in my car. And my car is being bought into by Richard Koo. If I go to the court, if I can get redress from the court to bring all my things that were in the car, I will bust up Richard Koo's car. Richard Koo. If I go to the court, it's bought into by Richard Koo. If my car is being bought into, and my car is being bought into by Richard Koo. If I go to the court, if I can get redress from the court to bring all my things that were in the car, I will bust up Richard Koo's car. Wow. If I don't do it, my mind and my words, I will bust up Richard Koo's car. If I don't do it, watch your process and see. And my car is being bought into by Richard Koo. If I go to the court, if I can get redress from the court to bring all my things that were in the car, I will bust up Richard Koo's car. Wow. If I don't do it, my mind and my words, I will bust up Richard Koo's car. And my car is being bought into by Richard Koo. If I go to the court, if I can get redress from the court to bring all my things that were in the car, I will bust up Richard Koo's car. Wow. If I don't do it, my mind and my words, and my car is being bought into by Richard Koo. If I go to the court, if I can get redress from the court to bring all my things that were in the car, I will bust up Richard Koo's car. Wow. If I don't do it, my mind and my words, I will bust up Richard Koo's car.
Okay, so that's the victim himself, Representative Yeke Koluba, the man whose vehicle was broken into on the instructions of Richard Nangbe Koo, represented District number 11, Montserrat County, and a stalwart of the Unity Party. Yeah, he will refer to himself as the regime speaker. He gave the instruction to have this vehicle broken into and to have officers of his detail, going ahead to seize the phones of journalists. So that is a whole compilation of different crimes. So you're fighting the press, you're suppressing the media by giving instruction to break their gadgets. Number two, you're taking law into your own hands. That's lawlessness. I mean, I don't know how the law enforcement officers will call it, but I mean, this is just, I don't even know what to say. But before we go to Alexa, who will make her opinion on all of these issues we just play, let's play you what Representative J. Marvin Cole. Let's play you what Representative Josiah Marvin Cole of Bond County. Let's play you what he said today. A journalist asked him, Representative Marvin Cole, we are into this thing and we are confused. When will this whole debacle up Capitol end? When will we have a situation where this thing up Capitol Hill will come to an end? When are we going to have a whole process, where people will not come to Capitol building and one side fighting, the other side fighting? Representative Marvin Cole said the only time this thing will happen is when Joe Barker resigns as president of this country. Why did he say so? I do not know. But I'm hoping that after playing this video, maybe you who the callers will know. Perhaps Alexa knows. Maybe I will try to know something about it as well. But let's listen to the video and hear what Representative Marvin Cole, had to say when he was quizzed about the solution towards the current situation up the Liberian capital. Listen, enjoy yourself.
Pass into, and I know that there will be a big force on the road.
Where are we headed? This comes to an end.
When Joseph Barker resigned as the president, he has long materialistic reading. He has abused the constitution of this court. So Joseph Barker needs to resign. When Joseph Barker resigned as the president, he has long materialistic reading. He has abused the constitution of this court. So when Joseph Barker resigned as the president, he has long materialistic reading. He has abused the constitution of this court. So Joseph Barker needs to resign. When Joseph Barker resigned as the president, he has long materialistic reading. He has abused the constitution of this court. So Joseph Barker needs to resign. When Joseph Barker resigned as the president, he has long materialistic reading. He has abused the constitution of this court. So Joseph Barker needs to resign. When Joseph Barker resigned as the president, he has long materialistic reading. He has abused the constitution of this court. So Joseph Barker needs to resign. When Joseph Barker resigned as the president, he has long materialistic reading. He has abused the constitution of this court. So Joseph Barker needs to resign.
Thank you so much.
When Joseph Barker resigned as the president, he has long materialistic reading. He has abused the constitution of this court. So Joseph Barker needs to resign.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so he's Josiah Marvin Cole, of Bond County. Alexa, we play all of the clips from the accusation from Representative Thomas Alexander Gosra, who said he was there when Richie Kuhn gave all of the instruction for SY and Z to happen. To the very video it said where Richie Kuhn was shouting, "You bring the drill, you bring the drill." Then to where Yeka went to do the inspection, and he said, if the court doesn't do anything about what has happened, he, Yeke, will bust Richie Kuhn's car. If he doesn't do it, then his mother is his wife, the Yeke Toki. Then Marvin Cole was quizzed. when will all of this stop? He said it will stop when Joe Barker resigns. The journalist went on to say, why? Has it gotten to this level? Can you explain further? He said, because everything that's happening in this country in reference to lawlessness, I'm paraphrasing, are things being sanctioned by Joe Barker. So until he can resign, we will not have peace. We will not have the laws being respected. I'm just paraphrasing, but that was in the context in which the man spoke. Maybe for the sake of the public before Alexa, will come in. Listen to what Melvin Co said again, just for your own benefit.
Excuse me, this is how I know.
When Joseph Barker resigned as the president.
Excuse me, this is how I know.
He has long experience in the leading. He has abused the constitution of this country. So Joseph Barker needs to resign.
Thank you so much. Let's go.
Okay, Alexa, it's over to you.
Say I'm tired of all of these things of capital is an understatement. And it is really sad that we continue to talk about just one thing over and over again. And this is something that I would say 100%, of course, it could have been prevented, it could have been avoided from the onset or from the initial stage. We're not supposed to be here now discussing what's happening up Capitol with lawmakers, doing things that are not lawful, with lawmakers being uncivilized, and lawmakers exhibiting things that they're not supposed to. It is really a sad time to live in Liberia right now. It is really a disappointment. I don't know for others, but I'm sure there are some people who think right now it is really disappointing being called Liberian. It is really
it is.
It is really sad, because now if you're going to go to maybe different parts of the world, if you're going to go to neighboring countries around Liberia, and then the people are actually following what's happening in your country with your lawmakers, your legislators, you wouldn't even be proud to mention I am a Liberian. You wouldn't be proud to even tell people more about your country, because before you get there, there's already a negative image.
Oh yeah.
So you have this projection, and it is being projected based on what's happening up Capitol. And about this time, Oliver, we should be discussing different things that are happening in the country from different sectors.
That's correct.
And about this time, we should be talking about all the lawmakers. They're summoning maybe commissioners from NEC right now. They're summoning people who are allegedly involved, into different corrupt practices in the country. That is something we should be talking about right now. But again, is this a surprise? I'm not sure it is. Is this something that some people actually thought we would have seen? I'm sure, of course, a lot of people out there, they actually saw this ever since these things were forewarned before we're here today. But Oliver, I would like to go back to what Richard Nangwekon said. I don't know how many days ago, but we played that yesterday when he said, "I am the regime speaker." And for you people, if you know what it means to be a regime person or regime speaker, at the end of the day, he's now displaying what he said yesterday. So following his statement, he's now displaying what he said. He's now practicalizing what he said. And now it is clear to believe that, of course, he is a regime speaker, because now he has this authority. He's just going to give someone an order.
And he's using regime police.
Exactly.
Police.
And automatically, people are going to do what he wants. He's going to say, I want this happen right now. And people are going to do what he wants.
Good.
So he now has this authority as a regime speaker. He now has this power, this influence. If he wants something to happen, whether it is legal or not, people are going to do it. What happened up Capitol Hill today, it shouldn't have happened, Oliver. That is something that could have been prevented or avoided. And it was going to be handled in a very civilized manner.
Good.
Let's assume, for the sake of the conversation, okay, Yeke Koruba packed in the space of the speaker, or lot or parking lot belonging to the speaker. Okay, let's agree that he did. So what the only way to have removed his car was it to use drill to burst into his car? Was that the only way? Does that say you're organized as a speaker? Does that say you're organized, you're civilized? It doesn't say anything about that, Oliver. It clearly says you are a person who believes in lawlessness. It clearly says you are an individual who doesn't understand anything about what should be done and what should not be done. Because Oliver, like, I'm trying to make sense of this.
Good.
You're all around the place boasting to be the speaker. You're all around the place just fishing for recognition, making sure people recognize who you are, as the speaker. So as a speaker, is that the personality you're supposed to possess? No. Is that how is that exactly how you're supposed to act?
This is a terrible.
You are not supposed to act that way
in the country. It's
exactly.
supposed to be.
Don't we have, number one, you would need a warrant, Oliver.
Oh yeah.
If you want to search in someone's car, 100% you need a warrant.
If somebody park in your
space,
you are not the law. Go to the law. Let the law tell you what can be done.
And they will tell you how to go about it.
Good.
But then you ordered people to use drill.
Yeah.
Burst into Yeke's car, and you're also telling your security guards to stop journalists
breaking
exactly
phones
from actually recording what was happening, from reporting what was happening. If this is not something that people should start to think about, Oliver, I don't know what is. Because now it is no longer about what's happening on Capitol Hill now. This is about Liberia now as a country. This is about people who are supposed to respect the rule of law now. They are disregarding the rule of law.
That's right.
And when a person feels wronged hugely, they will start to take their own actions.
That's correct.
And I'm sure people who experienced the 14 years of civil unrest in this country, I'm sure a lot of them felt, they were not treated fairly.
Some of the people who fought the war were pastors.
Exactly.
But because of the level of intimidation that they
Some of them felt they were not treated rightly.
They could not hold it anymore.
Lawlessness was the order of the day.
Yeah.
So definitely you have to act when someone is going to get to you and do stuff that they're not supposed to do to you. You want to pay back 100%.
Good.
So whether you're the most righteous person or you're the most fair person and you don't want to get involved into anything that will somehow stain your character, but if you see that you're being wronged over and over again, and people who are supposed to talk about the things that are being done to you, they're all quiet. People who are supposed to call to order their own people, they're all quiet. Now you will start to think that at the end of it, this is a republic that everyone has to do what they have to do.
Great.
Like, I don't have to wait on the law, because even if the laws have to be followed, there are people who are disregarding the laws.
Good.
And the people who are disregarding the laws, they're quote unquote saying we are the regime people, and no matter what happens, we're not going to be affected by the law. Even if we're going to wrong people, there's no justice. Yeke Koluba is a lawmaker. There's no other way you put it. He's a lawmaker. So I'm sure at the end of the day, you have to accord him some level of respect. Beyond everything that has happened up Capitol, Yeke Koluba should be considered as Richard Nangwe's Cohn's colleague. Beyond all of the different, political happenings up Capitol, there should be some level of mutual respect. So if Yeke Koluba, I don't want to say you're a speaker, but you continue to say you are. So I would say, as a regime speaker, if Yeke Koluba had packed in your space,
good,
your parking lot, and you saw his car there, you want Yeke to get his car off that space, you still have Yeke's number, or you still talk to Yeke Koluba regardless of what's happening.
That rebel Daisy can do that thing.
So talk to him.
I'm gonna remember it.
If you cannot definitely get a warrant, then do not burst into his car, Oliver. For me, I do not understand. You have tow trucks in this country, right? You will call to get it off. So you're looking at a way you are supposed to use, a civilized way or the right way, but then you're saying, no, I don't want to use that. I want to use exactly what's unique to me. If this is not one of the dumbiest arts, I don't know what exactly this is. And when I said yesterday that I don't want to disrespect Richard Coon because I don't know him, he doesn't even know me in the first place. But again, when you have someone to act in a manner that seems they don't know what they're doing, it gets back to you and it tells you the person is dumb. The person is not knowledgeable about what they're doing. You're occupying a position. I don't know, you're occupying or you want to occupy a position that you so much want badly. and you're just finding means to show some level of power, some level of influence. Hey, I am the speaker, so I'm going to do what I want to do. And then you said you're a regime speaker. So Oliver clearly they're telling us that whatever he's doing, it is basically the regime telling him to do what he's doing. Because I think that there should be some level of intervention, there should be some level of talks. If you have a government that's responsible and what's happening up Capitol Hill, you guys should spare us all these things about separation of power, so we don't have to get involved, because the legislature, they know what they are doing, they have their own way of conducting themselves. No, it is getting to a point where it involves everybody. It is getting to a point where this is now about Liberia, because if you are talking about the legislature, it reflects on everybody in this country, from the executive to whatever we have in this country, to every citizen. It is definitely reflecting on all of us, whether you're a journalist, you're an activist, an advocate, or whoever you are. This is it. Are you going to go out there and start to talk about your country? And then when someone brings up, the legislature, what exactly would you say? Would you say we have a regime speaker who is exhibiting the behavior of a rebel leader? Is that exactly what you're going to say? Because now, Oliver, for me, I did not experience the war. 100% I did not.
Mhm.
But based on some of the stories we have heard and read, what is happening now, it is like closely related to exactly what happened in the past. If you start to compare, you will know that's exactly what happened. You use drill to get into someone's car, not even an ordinary citizen, but a lawmaker. And then you are saying this, and that. And then I see people all on the social media. A lot of them, they're like, oh, but he shouldn't have packed there. Do you have sense? I'm not sure you do. Because even your very house, where you have your house, your own property right now as a private citizen, if Oliver had packed in front of your house, let's say that the simple way, you get your horse, you get your fence, Oliver parked there. You have no right to even burst into Oliver's car. Even though that is your property, all you have to do, call the law enforcement people or go to the court or wherever you want to go. You have a warrant. If it is not so, there will be tow truck to get that car off.
Correct.
It is that simple.
Good.
So you don't have to say, you're not supposed to park in the main spot. Number one, you're still fighting for legitimacy. Like, you're still fighting for that.
You're not even real speaker
You're
yet.
not. You're still fighting for that. So I do think that, I don't know what exactly is going to happen in the next couple of days, Oliver, but I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if everyone is stopped from entering the Capitol building where you have, lawmakers. I wouldn't be surprised. Richard Kuhn, right now, you're supposed to be thinking about what should happen, what should not happen, especially with you saying I am the speaker. So what else are you doing other than telling people you are the speaker? Because Oliver, okay, let's say you won't be president so bad. You want to be president so bad. So you're supposed to be doing things that one would say, oh, of course, he deserves that. One would say, oh yeah, he definitely has to be. But you are not doing anything. So I'll go back to Mr. Boakai, right? You will say this is not about him. This is about him. 100% it is about him. You listen to some of the lawmakers. They were there. They saw what happened. And in their minds, they definitely think this is something that could have been prevented. This shouldn't have happened at all. At all. So it goes back to Mr. Boakai. Mr. Boakai, if you are really, really intentional about upholding the rule of law, respecting the Constitution of Liberia, I don't know where you are, what you're doing now, because I don't know if you live in Liberia now or not, because 1 minute you're here, 1 minute you're not here, but that's another conversation for another day. It is up to you now to do what you're supposed to do, set this straight, because this is something that all of you, Mr. Boakai, you're also responsible for this 100%. If you're intentional about making sure this country move forward, if you're really intentional about making sure the rules of this country, the laws, and the Constitution to some extent, all these things are respected, and we have this positive image out there, this narrative, I think it is now time for you to call to order your people. Richard Kuhn said he regime speaker now. And are you the regime leader? Let's just say it that way, right? It is so. So if you're not responsible enough or you're not honest enough to tell Rachel Kun what he did was actually wrong, then I don't think you mean well for Liberia. You will say everything you want to say, like 100%. It is on you.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened up Capitol Hill, that is not something to even say, oh, yeah, you get to blame or this is it. Like, do you even are you thinking exactly? Oliver, I don't understand it.
Pass Rachel Kun to me.
Because some of the people I'm seeing on social media,
Pass Rachel Kun
some
over
of
to
them,
me.
it doesn't make sense.
Uh,
I don't want to say that is something that is really stupid. I don't want to say that is something that is really foolish. But I think when it gets to a point, we have to say all these words.
pass Rachel Kun
Like,
to me.
seriously,
Pass him
for
to
me,
me.
I'm really disappointed. I have said I wouldn't talk about all these things over and over again,
Mhm.
but it keeps happening. It keeps coming back, and I don't know. We shouldn't be wasting time. Like, we shouldn't be wasting time discussing this. But Rachel Kun, I don't know what's going to happen next. Now after you had lawmakers, beating so bad. Now you have people jolting into a lawmaker's car, and then you have your security also, I don't abusing journalists to some extent, not wanting them report what's happening, bursting their phones or having their phones to be broken and all that. What's next? For me, I want to know what's next, Oliver. Don't be surprised if they tell you say your car will not pass right here as an ordinary citizen. For me, I would not be surprised. Because when you have a lot, you expect from certain people, and then they're going back on it, it makes you feel like you're being used. This is about Liberia. The position you occupy now, even before becoming a speaker, you have people to vote you in your district to be a lawmaker first. So you're hurting Liberians, like you are hurting Liberians so bad. You're hurting your own people. So there's no trust. 100% there's no trust. And if this thing turns into something that's really chaotic, like this is a recipe for chaos. We're saying yes, small, it will get them here.
Then Rachel Kun to me chasing.
Go ahead, Papa.
Good on the football field. I hope playing it. Unless I midfielder, you send it to me, I go shoot on the pole. If I score that A, and I score that A. But here is it, Alexa, and I like the way you were clear about his role. The truth of the matter is the whole country is aware that Rachel Kun is not speaker. And no one can hear. I got Rachel Kun ain't left for me to talk on the radio. People ain't left for all to be on the radio.
Speaker.
So cool. Be well, Chief. Let me say this thing to you. You need not to keep making caricature of yourself. The people who are around you, they will not tell you this truth. Because they pretend that they care for you, they pretend that they want the best for you, but they want you down. All that thing you're doing, the Americans are following. Okay, forget the Americans. You are a politician.
Let's discuss the impact it's having on Liberia.
Your political role and your vision for this country is at stake. But well, Honorable Kun, can't you see that you are being disregarded since you accepted that decision of a fund, like the Nigerians would say, and would turn it around? From the day you accepted that whole comedy of a voting decision to make you speaker, can't you see how you've been ridiculed all across the country? Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the Oma is very clear. She saw you, she did not shake your hand. You think it was ordinary? I heard you say so somebody somewhere, oh, the Oma ain't shake my hand because I knew she wouldn't have shaken my hand. Come on. No. Don't justify. You were all smiling. You anticipated a handshake. This time around, not as Kun, but as the speaker. She shown you. She looked at you and said, hey, pass. Well, was he speaker or no? I mean, yeah, in simple terms, that was what she was trying to imply. Honorable Julius Mada Bio, His Excellency from Sierra Leone, addressed the podium, saw you in your gray beard. He did not recognize you. You are speaker. You are a so-called speaker. In your own words, you are the regime speaker. Your first State of the Nation address that you presided over witnessed an empty seat that was designated for judges of the Supreme Court. Is it not something to worry you? Now, in the midst of all of these different stuff, you are seeing in this veil boasting and telling students, Liberians in the area, that you are a regime speaker. Now, why the country is still coming to terms with that particular stuff that they heard, whether to listen to you, whether to consider you an individual who is with everything still correct. You know, when I say everything still correct, I don't want to, yeah.
Your brain set.
Yeah. What are the people still thinking to know whether you actually made those comments from a same position? They're still contemplating. Then this morning you go to display an attitude of hooliganism. Hey man, this is not fair to you, to your family people, to your relatives, to those who believe in you in your church, your community people. This is not fair. You are supposed to be an honorable man. We are supposed to call you Honorable Richard Nangbekun. That's how we're supposed to call you. But your behavior doesn't show any reason why we should add the honorable title to your name. How dare you bust into the vehicle of your colleague? You are a representative. Yeke is a representative. This Yeke man is a representative like you are. You are a representative. No court warrant, nothing of the kind that we're saying, Liberia, nothing of the kind. You went ahead and burst open. You were yelling on top of your voice. Where the drill? Where the drill? Assuming you are the speaker. Let me borrow from Alexa. Assuming you are the speaker. Let's just say that you're the speaker. We know that you're not the speaker, but let's just say that you're the speaker. That's what assumption is all about. As if it is. Assuming you are the speaker, sir, that how you use the speaker power? That how you use the speaker power? Bust it. Break into it. Where the drill? Any generator put camera on it? You see the generator? Come on. The last time I checked, and let's say from 2004 to 2025, how many years there? That should be about 20 years, right? I still to be corrected on it. 2004, 2025 should be about 20 years, or maybe 20. Yeah, 2004, 2025. Check it out, please. I beg you. Yeah, 2004 to 2025. We have had up to 20 years of uninterrupted peace in this country, Honorable, God forbid, Richard Kun. We have had up to 20 years of uninterrupted peace, Richard Kun. Mr. Kun, okay, Mr. Kun is appropriate, is better. But Honorable, I'm not going to mention it here. Me, call you Honorable. With what we keep seeing on a daily basis in this country. Now, I'm not going to refer to you as an honorable. With all due respect, sir, but you're not an honorable member of the House of Representatives. Honorable people behave in honorable manner. What you demonstrated today doesn't show any sign of you being an individual with honorability. Why was that display? Was it necessary?
Common sense is not common at all.
I mean, that's what one papa said. He said, "Bug nonsense."
Common sense is not common at all.
That sense may bug.
And not everyone has common sense. Not everyone. If you wear the best of designer coats.
The very students you are lecturing at the University of Liberia, some of them will not make such a dumb decision. That's not power. Look, a leader who will decide to use excess power on those who he or she thinks, got no power equivalent to them, that leader is not wise. Because your power is not supposed to be enfant fair, to be displaying it. No. People should not see you exercising your power. It should be felt. The way it should be felt should be properly done. Was it necessary? Was it necessary? Are we fighting war? Is the Constitution suspended? Because once the Constitution is suspended, the courts are suspended. And that's any country where the Constitution is suspended, the first thing when you go sit down radio in that country, you look for it by yourself. Because it means nothing is totally in order anymore.
Nothing.
It means we are running a joint tie form of government. Military style. Janjaweed. Banana Republic. That's what we're running. A Janjaweed kind of government. So until this administration can be bold enough and say to us, hey, we want to inform you that this is no longer a democratic republic of Liberia, and our decisions are final. Until you can say that to us, we know this country to be a democratic space governed by the rule of law. Although it is being disrespected and disregarded by this administration, but until a formal information can be released, either through Jeremy Pia or one of you, to say, oh, we are no longer a democratic country, until that decision can be made, we will continue to hold this country accountable, especially those of you in power, to do what is right in line with the laws of our country. You can't continue to ridicule this country. The people are laughing at us outside there. That every freaking day our legislature is without serious business. That place used to be the Honorable House of Representatives. That's how it used to be. People used to be afraid of lawmakers. These days, the respect gone. Nobody want to respect a lawmaker anymore because of how you guys have reduced the honorable status of that building and the offices you occupy. You're not concerned about it. You're not concerned about how the public no longer value and regard the House of Representatives as an area of honor. What's the difference between what you're doing and what the Rebel forces did during the war? What modern men used to do? What thing the MPF, IMPF men, Unimo K, Unimo J people used to do? LPC, Lover Defense Force, Blackberry. What's the difference between what you did today and what they used to do? Boss the door. The only thing we did not see now for your men, you have to go open it and start firing in the air. Maybe you also start doing it because the country is becoming so lawless. Am I going to agree with what Representative Marvin Cole said, that the solution to this thing is for Joe Baka to resign? No, I would not want Joe Baka to resign. What I would want President Baka to do is to use at least 2 of the 42 years of experience. And people saying, just use 2. Okay, one of it. Use one of it and resolve this problem. You are a man of wisdom. Thankfully, that's what your people told us during the election. You are not supposed to be suffering for wisdom. When you run a country as the president and the first branch of government that is supposed to be guiding and directing the laws of the country, when that branch of government is incapacitated to a greater extent, because what's happening right now, everything the House is doing is illegal. You have, technically you have 2 branches of government operating. The Senate keep acting on the same lawlessness from the House. Anything the Senate is concurring with from the House of Representatives, that lawlessness. The Senate is by itself getting lawless. A president of the country who is knowledgeable with so much wisdom will be concerned about ensuring that this thing is brought to a halt. The way you do it is to tell your partisan, Richard Kuhn, that, hey, Kuhn, I'm disappointed. In fact, look, if I'm the president of this country at about this time, I will call all my Unity Party lawmakers to my house. Since they are the lawmakers, I'm the president, and we are partisans, I'll call them to my house and curse them.
That should be your intervention.
I'll call them to my house, blast at them. We'll do gentleman joke. I will curse some of them vis-a-vis. You know how I will curse them? I'll tell them, you guys are fools. You know why? You sit in the house. You call yourself regime lawmakers. And you can get common 49 to remove Fonati. Look, for a president to give his blessings to a lawmaker from a party to remove a speaker, it means his lawmakers should be able to get the constitutional required number. And you don't get it. If I'm the president, you come to me, say, Chi, you know the man outside we got to remove him. I'm not going to buy into it because you want to subject me to ridicule. How you guys collected 49 signatures ever since and go to war with it. Go for about 9. Maybe he said 9 in Atlanta or in going back to View for one visit to a home. But the political thing you say you want to do, you feel in doing it. When Ellen Johnson said leave and the other, the party people win the title out of this place, come on, we all know what happened. They did everything possible until they got the number. When Tyler knew that they were about to get the number, he resigned. You know why Kofa is standing in your throat? Because Kofa is aware that you don't have the number. You don't have the number because the people don't trust you. Your colleagues should have some form of trust in you before they can live up to whatever you want. Do you know why most of the lawmakers are even standing with Kofa, who is broke? I'm told Kofa is very broke. I mean, he ain't got money anymore to be helping people around. No, he's not doing it. They're still standing with him because they do not trust you to be their speaker. If you were somebody trustworthy, Kofa would not be boasting around in this country with 28 members of the House of Representatives. He would not. The reason why they're still sticking to him is because they know that when they provide you with the additional 9 members that you need to effectuate your decision, they know that they'll be automatically giving you the speakership. They don't trust you. They believe that you are not fit for the job. They believe you do not have the personal charisma. They believe you do not have what it takes to represent them as first amongst equal. That's why you are struggling to get the number. Now, why this is on, then you keep validating their suspicion. People are already suspecting that you're not looking at the speaker material. Why they are in the business of managing their expectation. So, I mean, apparently somebody guys wanted to say, okay, you know what, let's just go to the minute, and do the thing once and for all, let it finish. But the way you acting, the guy was look for and said, look, but I mean, this guy's not mature, man. I mean, we can't make this man our leader. And that's look, President Baka missed out on this fight. And you want to do a fight in such a way, grab somebody very look, even when you're not one for nothing. Unless someone will come out in high school, the man say, when you lead a girl, when you having one Jew, you leave her. When you want him on hair, the new Jew where you bringing that Jew will be found part of the Jew where you leave. The man who watching the video, ain't know what I'm talking about. Those who listening to know. And you lead a girl, you're coming out in high school, you lead a girl. The new guy you get him will be found part of the first guy where you because if the new guy equivalent to the first guy or better off than the first guy, the people in the community will laugh at you. That's what's happening to you, the Unity Party. You remove a seasoned lawyer, a very organized man. You illegally attempted to remove him. That's the right phrase. And who are you bringing to replace him? Nangbe. You bringing Nangbe to replace him. Nangbe who will go to the public, who goes to the public forum and say, I'm a regime speaker. Now, what you did today to the Yaga Koluba was wrong. It is wrong. It reminds us of the war days. Under a rebel era, such a thing is acceptable. Because that's where you do not have courts open. You do not have, look, you would have gone to the court. Hello, excuse me, there's an instruction from the office of the speaker. Yeah, I mean, that your government, ain't no, that your government. So you can write and say this is from the office of the speaker. Even though the court too know you real speaker, but because the government is lawless, and everybody just flowing with the lawlessness like that. Oh, but when the president can go and sit down on a lawless speaker, what do you think the court will do? The court would do, even though the court is not supposed to follow the president trend, but that Liberia, too many things are possible. Too many things are possible. So go to the court. Look, office of the speaker, by directive of the speaker, you are commanded to come and whatever choice of what you decide to do, your clerk and secretary then will face it. Write the people, let it come. Capital Hill to the court in less than 2 minutes. Still be beating in your car while your secretary and people then go into the court to go get paper. The court will come with the sheriff, they bring the tow truck, the sheriff can look at it and tow the vehicle. Or call Koluba, when come here, they play for the speaker. Why you park here? When Koluba continue to insist, you tell him, we're giving you 2 minutes to move your car. That's on the tow truck beating.
Exactly.
The tow truck on the side beating. Why you and Yaga talking? So Yaga, you want to move the car? He said, yeah, you want to move it? He said, yes. Your officers there providing your maximum protection. The tow truck go to the place and remove Yaga. And Yaga go stand there with the tow truck, man on the tow like business. But I think there is a law on it. There is a way you can seek redress on those kind of issues. But to go and say, y'all, where the cream? How they can call it? Not cream. Yeah, what a drill. What a drill. You be yelling at what a drill, what a drill. No, man, our speaker can be yelling at that.
Like you're not in the interior.
The man who is supposed to be the speaker cannot be that unrefined. Man, when you say you speaker, you are the third most powerful man in the country. The third most powerful man. When the president, vice president, when something happened to them, boom, you there for 90 days. In 90 days' time, you communicate with the National Elections Commission to do new election for speaker and what it call. That's your job. As a speaker, you're the third most powerful person in the country. You can be there for 90 days. In 90 days' time, some of the decision where you take, you can even resign. That election where you organize, you can resign, go contest in that election as president. Based on what you're doing, not the day, like remember you had the food, you can lock it to them. You see what they don't like to them, you can do it and you win. That is how powerful the job you hold is. The job that you claim to hold.
The job you want to hold.
Yeah, the job that you claim to hold and the job that you want to hold. That's how powerful it is. That's how powerful it is. So for people to trust you in the future with this job, your attitude should demonstrate that you are of their characteristics. You can be acting so unrefined, sir. You are a professor.
And you know, I said something yesterday, Oliver, about having a marketable personality as a speaker. Whether you like Fodantikova or not, there's something you cannot deny.
You see Fonati, you know, say that speaker come here.
Just being in his presence.
Yeah, you know.
There's this aura.
Regardless of whatever.
Whether you like him or not.
Look, you know the party you have gone for.
Aura.
Hey, Richard Ko is not the best option.
I don't know.
Ko is not the best option here to make speaker.
I don't know.
But you would have gone for somebody else.
But again,
you would have gone for somebody else.
Again, desperation can make you do things you are not
supposed
to do.
You would have gone for somebody else.
So Richard Ko now he is desperately in need of recognition.
If this speaker thing that you want, if you must succeed in becoming the speaker of this country,
you should add it.
You should stop some of the unrefined behavior you are having. I mean, it doesn't look good. Our speaker cannot be that unrefined.
Imagine on Armed Forces Day.
No.
Right? Imagine what was happening on Armed Forces Day.
You took men to James Colette to go break into the speaker office.
While you had international guests in Liberia
do you know what
would
have happened if Kofa gonna say we will stop in
and you had someone there
that
following your orders?
Too many things would have happened.
Breaking into different offices of the speaker.
Now, Yaka said something, and I want us to touch it before we go to the lines.
I don't know at all.
Yaka said if the court doesn't rule,
he's gonna pay back.
It
is that simple.
From a fair perspective, he's gonna bust Richard Ko on a car. I would not want that to happen. Here is why. When country come and get bad, I don't want to say when country coming for a war because it'll be too harsh. But when country come and get bad, you know what can start? Do me, I do you. I do not want do me, I do you in this country because that's why I can bring the bad feelings. You see the boss Yaka car today in Vex? Where did he go? To the court. Now you know. Imagine what would have happened if Yaka had gone to the speaker official car. I mean, to come on, man. Yeah, God forgive me.
Regime.
Yeah. Imagine what would have happened if Yaka had gone to the regime speaker car and bought it.
Oh my Lord.
Huh? Imagine what would have happened if Yaka had gone to the regime speaker car and bought it.
Different story.
The regime speaker got police and got EPS officers. Maybe they would have retaliated using their weapons that they have. There would have been casualty. There would have been fatality. 1-2 person lay down. When somebody lay down, it's different from when you smoke, when you fire tear gas. You fire tear gas, people are doing coughing. Boom, 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 they go. That one is a different thing. Then when they say, oh, the man died, they say, oh, they're smoking tear gas. Yeah, let them move from there. You know, yeah, good for them. Yeah, when they say the man died, that different ball game. So do you know what would have happened had these guys? Do you know what would have happened had these guys? You know, I mean, Hayeka decided to say, look, you know what? We will not take this thing to court. I'll go and seek immediate retaliation.
And interestingly, I'm surprised Yeke did not actually think that because you know who Yeke is. You know his character.
And so that's why we keep saying
you don't attack him.
Follow the law. Please follow the law.
So
one day, Yeke mind could pop up. It could be disastrous.
What you did to me.
And look, our job in this country, let me say this to people. For those of you who support Joe Baka in this administration and you think we hate this administration, no, we do not.
For me, I wouldn't say.
I got no ounce of hate in my heart for this administration. In fact, I love to see the country move forward. But when those in power create the environment where the country is not going to move power, I'm not going to force things. Our job is to checkmate you and make you understand that you swore an oath to protect, defend, and uphold the Constitution of our country. That is as simple as Alexander Benedict Cummings, ABC. There should be no reason why we should keep reminding you of the oath that you sworn to protect.
We'll get tired.
There should be no reason. It is simple. You got power. Use the law. Use the law that you're in power. Use the law. When you're in power and you are being violent, who told you because the man is a surveillance so he doesn't have pride and dignity? Taylor, Charles MacArthur Gange Dakmana Taylor felt he was the Lord and gospel in this country. So we don't want to connect our government official. No. The boy went to go enter Guinea and come back and say they ain't Lufa Forest. The next we'll go here, charge us say for the sake of by God's willing, I'll be back. He was gone. He didn't go with bread and butter to say that soft drink and popcorn they gave him. He left from here because he could not go to Freeport. Almost 2 months, he just said 9 Central Murray. He can't cross the two bridges. Because it was, look, come on. Those were dangerous times we had. And that's why we cherish the peace we have enjoyed for 20 years. 20 years we cherish the peace. The best thing this government can do is to use the law. It doesn't make sense that your country will be referred to as a lawless place. Everywhere you go, no law and order. No, the last time Stanton with us were crying. No law and order. No law and order. I say, yeah, Stanton, during the campaign order, we're arguing with one another. You help to bring this thing to power. Don't do it. It is not going to help you and I. Even you, the United Partisan, don't support your government to be lawless. Because you know what? You got relatives who are not United Partisans. If you support lawlessness, one day a relative of yours will be affected by a lawless action. By the time you won't talk, it is late. Maybe that action could kill that relative. Maybe that lawless action could ruin the family. And that's why injustice one place or somewhere is injustice everywhere. We got law. Let everybody follow it. If I break the law, let me be penalized by the law. But to find law on the books, the law said that how you can be speaker, that how you can remove speaker, but you not follow it. And because you initially attempted to do what is wrong, and because you think you started so you cannot change, that's the most dangerous part of it. It's almost like you are going to steal the people pop up from the pop-up tree. You juke the stick on it, the pop-up start hanging. The person say, roll. Instead of you leaving the runaway, he said, no, but because you already juke the pop-up and the pop-up coming further, so you got to make sure the pop-up can at all costs. Sometimes the owner of the pop-up farm can go and catch you, and the end can be history. So when you juke it and the people say, hey, leave from there, it means you're not successful. Go. Maybe another time you can't in there, they'll be sleeping, rain falling, you can take the pop-up, you carry it. But once the first attempt fails, and you continue to force it, that one can complicate things. Like my grandpa said, when you do something and the people ask you, don't lie. Don't lie. When you know that something will not end soon, don't lie. Your first answer should be, Papa, I'm gonna say the truth. If Papa say yeah, he say, Papa, I mean do it. Right there, it finished. The Papa will say, when you say, when you say flocking, he will flock you. But when you say, if I mean do it, that who do it? Like Elessa. If Papa will free you right at that moment, he will free you. He say, yeah, he said that Elessa do it, so I'll not to do. Where Elessa is? Elessa him kakata. We wait for Elessa. After 2 weeks, Elessa can. Elessa like you do it. No, you not me do it. Who say you time me? I say that Elessa do it. I say that Austin do it. They say, okay, let's wait for Austin. All that thing you're doing here and there, at the end of the day, even you carry the people of River G, you bring them back to Maryland, you power around, there will be a day where it will be clearly shown and proven that you carry on the act. At that time, I can make a law enforcement officer to get back. That's why you finish creating too many anger in too many people. Because all the processes we are going through to know whether that Austin do it or not, all the people who you've been lying on, that time and energy we are taking. What you are doing to us, Rachel Kuhn, is that you are placing this country in a very tedious position. We got illegal budget pass, illegal state of nation address, a reputational issue on the Supreme Court for not attending the SONA. Plenty terrible things have happened because you are forcing yourself to be speaker. Today you broke into Yakaka. I do not know what's going to be the next violent attitude that will be exhibited by you. But in the spirit of peace, reconciliation, and the forward march of this country, as I submit, Mr. Kuhn, please, Bo, that's how they can call you. Bo, This country has come a long way. We cannot allow your quest for the speakership to ruin the peace we have all nurtured for over 20 years since 2005. Bro, if God says you're not be speaker, leave it. You are not forced to be speaker. If God says you'll be speaker and even president, whether you like it or not, you will be president. Don't force things when things won't come your way. Alessa, maybe in 1-2 seconds you want to say something to him. Don't go to the lines and take most of our calls because we are out of time.
Okay, so I'm just going to say a few lines, right? And while Oliver was talking, I said out a little bit, but let me say it over. Common sense is not common at all. And not everyone has common sense. No matter how well you present yourself, not everyone has common sense. You could be one of the best dressed individuals. You could be one of the people who, you just all over the place. It still doesn't mean you have common sense. You could even go to school. Not everyone has common sense. And like common sense, not everyone is literate enough, Oliver. You could be educated. You could still be illiterate. And that's in the case of the now regime speaker. Like, I've tried so hard to manage my words. I've tried so hard not to say certain things. But what he continues to display, Oliver, it shows how uncivilized he is. It shows how, uncivilized he is. And this is a barbaric behavior that should not be displayed by someone who claims to be the speaker. And this is not just about Liberia, but this is something that is ruining the image of our country internationally. You called on the U.S. Embassy. For me, I wouldn't want to call that, because they've been here and they're seeing exactly what's happening. There have been different, communications telling people to go back and do what they are supposed to do, following the law. But it seems like lawlessness has become the order of the day. And people who are supposed to set straight all these things, they're sitting back just watching, because it is not them. They're watching because they're now the people in power. They're now the people who have influence. So even the justice system, it is not working right now. So at the end of the day, there's no trust. This is something that if care is not taken, it will extend to a point where everyone will be affected in this country. We're not talking about this because we do not support Mr. Bouaka. In fact, you don't even have to support Mr. Bouaka. But if you are a nationalistic person, if you're patriotic enough to love your country, Liberia, you will start to think about these things thoroughly, and you'll start to realize some things need to be done and certain people need to be put in check. The regime speaker is one of the people to be put in check. And I hope Mr. Bouaka is actually following, even though there are times that they're saying he doesn't really listen to radio or follow newspapers like that. I hope he's following from the people who continue to report these, daily updates.
Okay.
I hope he's being updated, Oliver, because it is starting bit by bit. This is the second year, 2025. This thing started last year, and we're still here, 2025. We're still talking about what's happening up Capitol. We're talking about, someone burst into the speaker's office. They broke the doors, the locks, and all of those different things. So today, someone had to use drill to get into someone's car or lawmaker's car. If this is not lawlessness at the highest level, I don't know what that is. So I think everyone has to come together now, because if we keep talking about this over and over and over again, it is not going to help. The legislature is a house, an honorable house that was once respected by a whole lot of people, ordinary citizens, citizens who are not in Liberia. But now, if you're just going to mention the House of Legislature, if you listen to some of the adjectives being used, you'll be very disappointed. You wouldn't even want to talk about it. So I hope we'll get to a point where everyone will realize this is not just about an individual, but it is about everybody in this country. And Mr. Bouaka needs to be told what to do to rescue this country. I'm not sure, the laws and the Constitution, when he talked about rescuing the country, I'm not sure that part was excluded. That was one of the parts they talked about a lot. We're going to uphold, we're going to protect and respect the Constitution. So I hope they can actually go back to what they said and start to do what they've promised to do, because this is actually going out of hands. And if care is not taken again, I'm sure we'll get to a point where we'll even be sitting behind these microphones talking. I swear to God.
Okay, let's go take this quick break. When we come back, we go to the lines to take your calls here on 87.9.
Ground for all of our Crown Star. Make people bringing safety to your door. Crown Star. Stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crown Star. For Liberia. From the center to interior. Crown Star. Keeping us safe. Let's stopping ground for all of our.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Okay, Crime Stoppers, let's go to the lines and talk to you, the callers, those of you listening to us across the country. My name is Kai. Alexa is here, 086 500 104 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation. We take the first caller on the line. Go ahead, 1 minute, no time.
Good evening,
Good evening, Chief. Leave the radio. Let's hear you.
Sorry. My name is Eugene S. Jobo Jr., and I call you from Capital Bypass.
Go ahead, Eugene.
Yeah, Khan, I listened to your analysis, and I'm highly disappointed in the regime speaker. You cannot do that. Even you are not a speaker, you are a lawmaker, ordinary lawmaker, you can't even do that. This is getting out of hand. And President Bouacar needs to understand that in the absence of President Bouacar, Liberia will still exist. Nobody is bigger than Liberia, and nobody is bigger than the rule of law. So what I want to say is, Yeka Kuluba should take the bold step to continue to go to the law and let the law take its course.
Thank you very much. Yeka should continue to go to the law. Let the law take its course. We go to this person. Go ahead, sir. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Hey, Khan, good morning and good afternoon from your end.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, let me say hi to Alexa as well. I just wanted to share a few things on the happenings today at the House of Representatives. So what I can say in regards to that is, and I think you said it all as well, but I'd like to take a structured approach to that. If for some reason Yeke Koroba is parked over there, when I saw the car there, the question that came to my mind is, do they have any house rule on parking where member of the House of Representatives is supposed to park and where the speaker designated is supposed to park? If the answer is yes, then of course the sergeant or arm should be the one enforcing those actions. So the question I have for the Liberian people, do we have any parking policy as it relates not just to the House of Representatives, but to any of our three branches of government? If the answer is no, then we need to fix that. Number two, I did tell you guys yesterday that Kun appears to be an intelligent guy by physical look, but his behavior kind of like an elementary child. This guy is showing his characteristic. He's delineating his character by saying, for example, I'm a regime speaker. There is no such thing as a regime speaker. Where he got that word from? Who gave it to him? Now he going out there now and overstepping his boundary. Outside of the premises of the House of Representatives, it is a public parking lot. He doesn't have control. It is the police or the security that's supposed to do this thing. So when he go ahead and instruct the guy to break into that car, he will be held liable. I will stop here, Khan, but thank you for the show.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. Let's go to this person from America. Let's come to Liberia. Hello, go ahead. 1 minute.
Thank you, Khan. How you doing, my brother?
We're great. No time.
We're not getting through official president for the Liberian movement.
Go ahead.
The leg, when they can't walk for when I born. You see what you say? What is that there? What you see? What you hearing? You should write a history that this attachment to war. What I say there is that the last time they pay information. The speaker flying that you want the people to come out. When I came out, even after that time to say why the that thing that put a doing and that come out. So you think there's no, I got the judges and the lawyer, their life is very threatening. So what you can do, they will injure everything that will come to them. And when you not see justice, I mean, the injustice will go on in this country. And what I say is right. Why the people are doing a testament to war? Because you want your thing to be here, and you will take out of violence. And when violence starts going, what will happen? Crime broadcast to stop. Because when you are putting the country to, we are going beyond crime. Our democracy are broken. There is no rule of law, and brother is the world, everything that is going on. Let us stop. They are putting the country into mess. Let us stop. What they are doing in 3 days, they employer. They say, okay, so we employ you. We want the service to be on hold. So we'll take at the house. We'll send them at you after you never bring you home. You can't go send them. Can't let me go. You can't say that the people will say so. What will you do?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We leave you right there. We talk to Man Sisi. Go ahead, Man Sisi. Let's hear you. We're great, ma'am.
I'm the speaking. How you doing?
We're great. Oh.
You know, I tell you before I go to the issue.
To the issue, please.
I let lost with the guys from you. You know what I'm saying? I was fighting back to the issue of the South Bush South State. You understand? Don't say a letter. I want you to let about you. Okay, even let me say, what you going to do after? What is for?
To the issue.
I want to your chest for time. Friday, I call you, and I say, see my lover, right? So I said the same thing. Why the issue with you? I want to deal with the issue of your chest. I want to bring that sex marriage in this country.
No, they won't bring. They won't bring it here.
Oh, they don't want to bring it?
No.
But I saw them dancer protesting that day. They were beating on the letter. I want to tell them your bishop that. Okay, so global boy, global picking. In no one do.
I ain't got no news. I ain't got no news.
Go
Go ahead.
Upon issue. And you know your right. Be your sister, Marty from our okay. You know the issue.
It's not me that they won't charge you. I wouldn't let you on me.
What I'm telling you,
go ahead. Go ahead. To the issue.
How you know say all the one attack minutes?
Go to the issue. Let's hear it.
That's how you say. That's how you say.
No, we gotta go, man. To the issue. Okay. I understand.
So I want to say to you, you take the first step to go to the court. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Then the rule of law says we're not looking for a rebel leader in this country. Okay.
I know.
With anything you fought, any going to get power, you always force anything. I ain't lucky. You can't force power. You can't force people to love you. You know us people here. You fighting for car parking law. Let's go cool. I'm asking you.
No. Don't say that to the man. Stick to the issue.
Okay, funny people, I'm asking you.
No, speak to the issue.
Now you're playing to pass your car, but make me chase you. You want to go there, man? Then you can't tell me, don't tell me. And now you see that I want to see the email only. My CC, the general, you can call over. I'm saying it. Don't tell me. The kid will kill. So when I get on it, will rob and get me order. You're not a leader. Look at you, even wear 1 year. Can you be heavy? Okay. See, it will come and say, like you just said. When they call you, go to the court, you already said, oh, let's reduce people by your government. My boy, that you're picking. And you're picking there, go do yourself, man. You will happy, I can't stop betting. Please go remove your phone back. You can phone car and take it, phone back, move your car. But I'm presenting for you. If I speak of comfort, we fighting for it. You take power with force. If I look at nothing, if you say, well, and bend that in your face, yes, you can't look at nothing. That I got no chance in this country. People come to the country, they look at me, they play me low. Can't say, can't reach, let's give me all that. As a dummy. You said, as a dummy, they're going to beat down their body.
Okay.
You get more.
Thank you.
You get see. You get see. Now you looking.
Thank you.
So you get not a but you have a speaker. Stop putting there. Out of the way. So then you can come and go to the court. You say to the lawyer, say, oh, I will boss a car. No. Then you will find Lord, listen. Go to the court. I'm
Okay.
telling by you.
Okay.
I say when you can go to the court.
Thank you.
Break your car. This is a loss. That's why a loss. And not loss if you pay for it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Potential will be set to your head. Thank you, for having me.
We leave you right there. Female. Yeah, can we leave you? Let's talk to this person from the US. Hey, man, CC.
You didn't want my
Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Good morning, KOK and Esther,
Alexa.
Princess, let's say.
Yeah.
Alexa and
Hello.
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
This is my Rebecca call. We are bleeding. Our hearts are bleeding in the U.S. We will fire from you people.
That's what it is.
We are bleeding. We are trouble.
Maybe
people will sit and say, "Oh, they are in America, but their mouth is in Liberia or what have you." But we got you people over there. This is a country.
I come and go to yourself.
You don't. That would be better. It would be better, but again, it would not be better because while you're being in our country, like I tell you people all the time, it's not the president. We don't have place to go. There are a lot of countries that are making go in and live a better life, but there is nowhere at home. And when you love your people, it's hard for you to go far from them. Okay, that's what happening to us here. And we can't sleep. We go to work, we are hiding. Just to listen, just to watch the news from back home. And it just discouraging every day. This is scary. This is the same thing that brought our country into a 14-year civil war. I was sitting down here, okay. I got a big enough mark on my back.
Wow.
Just last week, when I keep, excuse me, I keep from the bathroom. My sister didn't know. When I passed by her, she looked at my back, said, Rebecca, what kind of mark on your back? And I told her, I was gashed by the rebel. What's going on?
Okay. Okay, man.
People were not casting power for the country to be peaceful.
Thank you very much.
What Rachel put there today, before I can leave you, okay.
Quickly.
Remember, I think 2 weeks ago, I had a dream. And I went in the Freedom War chat room about Yeke. When I posted it, you said, go back to sleep. And I know you were joking with me. And I laughed. I said, I will not go to sleep. But this is what God showed me. I just want to tell our people, you have to leave our children. And you can't lead the people, you can't lead the people, leave them.
Okay, man.
What Kun did this morning is wrong.
Thank you.
But I'm not a fan of Yeke Koluba, but I want to tell him he shouldn't retaliate to go and bust Kunka. No. Let him go to the law.
Okay, thank you.
And the law refused. Let him leave it.
Okay, we leave you right there. We leave you, my Rebecca saying, let's talk to the other person. We are out of time. Let's talk to this other person. Go ahead, 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Okay, good evening to you and Princess Alesta.
Good evening,
my dear brother.
Good evening. Let's ration the time quickly.
Okay. What I saw today, I think democracy is on a bad foot in Liberia right now. On a black guy.
It is doomed.
I'm telling you. Look, that guy is not speaker material. Listen to the man. You're going to be the drill. Are you kidding me, man? In the country of democracy?
General rebel leader.
You're going to be the drill?
Yeah, MPF did this.
Yes. You're going to be the drill. It was just easy. Why you back in the car? Man, look. Okay. Thank God these things that were happening under President. We are going to say, the first thing they're going to say, can't speak good English. He ain't get leadership skill. Like you regularly say, okay, for the 2-year experience, just take 1.5 of those for the 2 years experience and solve that problem at the legislators. But you know why? He will not do it. He survived in chaos. Look, go back. When he took over the United Party as a stand-up, bro, what happened? Where my pay? He saw that Madam Zedi on her birthday or in her birth month. When he took over as a CPP, what happened? The whole thing collapsed. Look, the whole country was just being noisy until 2029.
Okay.
I'm telling you something serious, brother.
We leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute, no time, sir. Quickly.
Yeah, and okay, this is Ishmael. I mean, Man City is the star for this show. Your pick is hot time to talk. If Man City in torn the show, yeah, come on, also feel good.
Okay.
So Man City is our star. Please give her more time to talk.
No trouble.
Leave Man City alone.
No trouble.
Okay,
Okay, thank you very much. Oh, the man want to call to advocate for Man City, a star, the woman a hero. Okay, we'll leave you right there. Let's talk to this person on the line. Go ahead quickly. We'll just take 5 more, then we go. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm Victor. Victor Scranker. I'm calling from United States of
Johnsonville, Victor, go ahead.
Yeah, because we have an issue with our government, the way people are governing our country. You said 1 minute and people are taking more than a minute. So let me bring that to your attention.
Okay, sir.
You know, it's very disheartening to see country, going to days that we don't want to think about or retrospect on. In as much as some of us might not be fan of certain political parties, I don't care how people will frame it. What happened today was very, very sad to see. Complete lawlessness and quote unquote speaker. I don't think that was the right approach, and we strongly condemn that. I'm speaking from the Peace and Justice Advocacy Movement office in Johnsonville.
Okay,
we strongly, as advocates, condemn that today, and we don't want Yeke to react. We want him to continue to use the means of the court.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, my dear brother. We leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. We got less than 4 minutes to be here. Quickly, this person, how you doing? Calling from where? District 10. Go ahead, Jerry. Let's hear you, sir.
Okay. What I want to say to Yeke Kova is that when you're pointing your hand at somebody, there's no paper and the shot will turn it back to you. Anytime you do something wrong, God will tell you the way to deliver to you. Yeke Kova was advocating this country for a staff governance system. This is why you are seen. Let you know that. Because we know what Mr. Kun did wasn't right. We know what Mr. Kun did wasn't right. For he to call for a drill, to drill somebody's car is a complete undermining and disrespecting the law. What he did was very, very wrong. The only thing I can say to Yeke, he shouldn't retaliate, he shouldn't force Richard Kun's car, but let him take Richard Kun to the law. The law will stand for him.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll leave you. We'll take the person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, my name is Imakuya Sako. I'm calling from Hopon Station, Hopon City, Meridian County.
Wahodo Wula, you're calling me from Wahodo Wula. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Okay, I got a call the afternoon. It's not me to see kind of government operating, kind of mature government that people consider to be very mature to govern this country. You can remember Chancellor did not kill people with their hand, but yet he's sitting in a egg. You said Boga need to go to egg. On a serious note, you said Boga need to go to egg. Because one of those atrocities that were committed by people in this country, Chancellor or not in particular want to do it, but yet he's in a egg. You said Boga they need to go to egg for investigations.
Okay, we'll leave you right there from Hotman Station in Harper City. Let's come to this person quickly. No time. Let's hear you. 1 minute. Good evening, Chief. From Harper, we come to you. Where you join us from?
I'm Raul Pakoya.
Go ahead from Center.
Hello.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I thought the government, that totally like people, they were educated people. But I noticed that I don't know if because all the guys are just hooligans. All the guys are just out of principle. Right now, I don't know what they're from the president to the lowest person in this government. Everybody just going head to set the thing around you. No law, no respect.
We pray it gets better, my dear brother. Thank you very much. Let's take the second to the last person and go. Go ahead, ma'am. Let's hear you.
Yeah, okay, LSI, hello.
How you doing, ma'am? Quickly.
Yeah, try. You know, okay, the TN is too some kind of way to people.
You're the second to the last. Quickly.
Yes, it too some kind of way because the people here, they don't care. Who know that cool them boy that capital belly? Because if he can do the kind of thing, the thing is said.
Honorable Goshua said it's possible that couldn't burn the Capitol building.
Yes, to me. Because the kind of thing he's doing, he doesn't care. Nothing. He care. One thing. And they think that it can bring war with the old people we saw her walking. That all the things started coming. But in Jesus' name, I know God will come to our cry.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Come to our cry.
Thank you very much. Let's take the last question on the line. This is the last question. Go ahead, sir. Let's hear you. You're the last caller. Hello? My man, I'm not hearing you. Oh no, we missed out on you. Let's take the last question. You are the last caller on the line. Go ahead, quickly, no time.
Yeah, good evening,
Good evening, no time. Let's hear you.
As a Muslim, first because son of KOD, I'm joining you this evening for this film of 14. I want to continue to hear and say that, but you know what the honorable man said, that it could be that of the United Speaker, Honorable Kun, it could be involved into this side of the Capital building. I want to agree with him 100% because it's Mr. Bogas on the Capital building on the day that the Capital building set on fire. Instead, it could be who gains are the one who going that Capital building. I think Mr. Bogas and Greg Common should go ahead and arrest we did not look point that of James the guy who break into the Speaker office. These are the who they are the exact example of who can see. How we can say on Koruba, he should not be one person who take the law in hand. I think it's the rest.
So he should go by the laws.
On the Koruba is one person who has been always violent. I think the step today he should have gone to the position is one of the right things. But we can look forward to the law. If the law do not take its equals, then we as Liberians will stand with him in any decision he makes.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. That's how we got to go home. We are out of time.
Oh, okay. So we don't even have time anyway.
No time.
We'll be back tomorrow.
That's it. We'll be back on tomorrow. Have a wonderful time. God bless you.